I just recorded these both together, and I haven't even watched this one yet. However, my whole point with this whole look at this. This is just the very beginning. I haven't even seen it yet. Can we get rid of the captions, though? All right, thank you. And with that said, you almost need to... Damn, that's a house under there. And a car. But that's what my point is. They didn't... They were the absolute opposite of, like, fear-mongering, if you will. They weren't saying, like, get out or prepare or evacuate or nothing like that. All right.
The storm's landfall. That was earlier this morning. A little bit less. All right, back to the Gulf side now. Tampa, Florida, still feeling Debbie's impacts, even well beyond the storm.
But I thought it wasn't even going to be a hurricane.
Storm's landfall. That was earlier this morning. A little bit less than 200 miles off to the north. The mayor of Tampa, Jane Castor, joins us now on America's Weather Center. Mayor.
Whoa, you look totally different than when I went to, what do you have to do? Jury duty? You look different. Anyway.
It's great to see you. I think the last time I saw you, it was Steve Jervey Day.
Oh, so you thought she looked different also. Okay, cool.
Tampa, and he was wrapping up a wonderful career of forecasting storms in the Tampa Bay area. Unfortunately, we're tracking another one of exactly that.
Oh, okay.
How has Tampa fared so far through Debbie?
I don't know. You're the weatherman.
Well, so far,
retard.
this is the first of a predicted very active hurricane season, and we're doing okay.
I am real curious to what you're about to say.
We are seeing the rainfall that you've described, 15 inches and more, and then...
So we needed a mayor to come on and tell us about what's going on with the weather? Oh, Jesus.
The tidal surge as well. We're still seeing that even...
So why did we not say that it was like any other... This is my 24th season. And they did not address it as, like, be prepared, watch out, things are going to get crappy at all. Even though we could all tell if you've... Just, man, this popped up out of nowhere, kind of like last year. And with that said, really makes you wonder, like... Yeah, how much actual engineering goes into this, because I got the feeling that this was going to be a lot like Harvey, that just sat on Texas for a hot minute, which I thought was sus anyway. And obviously it didn't, because the water is like almost scalding hot outside of Tampa Bay. So that's why, like last year, Ida picked up and went to the north, pretty much the same place this one ended up, but I don't remember how that went, if that one went up the full coast. Anyway, either way, this doesn't seem natural to me, and it definitely doesn't seem or make any logical sense to me why the mayor would be reporting on weather.
As we're going into low tide, the water is still rushing in. And so we have some bridges that are still closed, waterways, and really trying to keep people away from that standing water.
Yeah, Mayor, there's some scary scenes there. We saw places like the Gandy Bridge, the Howard Franklin, some of that spray coming up. It was about 2 to 3 feet of water rise inside Tampa Bay. A lot of folks blessed across the Tampa Bay area that you've been in this period of extreme growth. It's been a prosperous time in Tampa Bay, but a lot of folks have moved there. You had a Dahlia last year for a bit of a storm of reference for a lot of these folks. Did that help at all with the messaging out ahead of Debbie?
To get them to get the heck back up out of our state? Thank you. That's what I think you meant.
Folks in Tampa to have something to compare this to a little bit?
No.
Right. It's always nice to have that point of reference. And, people hear about hurricanes.
They're always different, dude, unless they're geo-engineers.
But as you said, we've had so many people move into the Tampa Bay region, and we have spent a great deal of time to educate.
So since then, I didn't even think about this till she just said that, even though I just said it before. But yeah, maybe that's the reason for the engineering to be like, yay, GTFO out.
One of the phrases I like to stick to is that if it ever comes down to a competition between you and Mother Nature will win 100%.
Oh, is that your motto? Okay, I can agree.
The time.
Yeah, that's not a fight.
We need them to listen to our advice and warning.
I agree with that, but y'all didn't give any advice or warnings this time. Literally, as it was passing by, it still said tropical storm.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, y'all are mixing it up. Normally it's a tropical storm that might turn into a hurricane. Now it's a tropical cyclone that might I don't even know. Cyclones were for the other side of the world. Now they're for here, I guess. Third coast.
A smart fight ever. And you mentioned some of what's happened down in Lakewood Ranch, more than 16 inches of rain. Your neighbors are farther off to the south. A record amount of rain in Sarasota. I did see some of the typical trouble spots in Tampa dealing with flooding. Bayshore, for instance. Any reports of major damage or injuries in the city?
No major damage. And
so then why would we start the video with a car underneath a tree? Just asking.
Fortunately, no injuries. As I said, with the high winds, with the Skyway, all the things that you're familiar with, Bayshore Boulevard, our bridges.
Bayshore is Boulevard, which is what they were showing the water crashing through like the banisters a minute ago. That's that always happens.
We have closed down, but those have since opened up. We still have water or roadways that have standing water on them, and we're continuing to get the rain and to have the water pushed into Tampa Bay.
Mayor, what's the message moving forward here?
The message, it looks like to me, out of all of this double talk that really didn't say much at all other than what we already knew, is y'all, can you get up out of Florida? That just came down.
The last of this, those bans, still a little nasty.
Yeah, we still got some bans. So, like, if you're not from a native of Florida or been here 20, 40 years, you got to go. We still got bans, y'all. You don't even know what's about to happen. That's how I translated that anyway.
Through parts of the area, but beyond Debbie, what's the message moving forward through, as you said, what we're expecting to be?
I don't know, bro. You tell me. You're the freaking meteorologist.
A very active season.
Well, the message for us...
Why the flip would she know? I'm just saying, such inversion.
To our community is stay prepared, stay informed, and listen to the direction of the officials, especially when we say it's time to evacuate.
Yeah,
Mayor, great to see you. We certainly hope for folks there in Tampa Bay. This is the only impact you feel from the tropics this season, but looking at that forecast...
Wait, what? Wait, whoa. What?
Need to prepare.
Hold on.
Of the officials, especially when we say it's time to evacuate.
Yeah, Mayor, great to see you. We certainly hope for folks there in Tampa Bay. This is the only impact you feel from the tropics this season, but looking at...
Okay, wait. For the folks, wait, let me hear that. Flipping one more. That's why I said you got to listen to it a little bit, sometimes slower.
To the direction of the officials, especially when we say it's time to evacuate.
We say.
Yeah, Mayor, great to see you. We certainly hope for folks there in Tampa Bay.
All right,
this is the only impact you feel from the tropics this season, but looking at the forecast,
we kind of know
you
it's
need
not.
to prepare for a lot of activity ahead. Jane Castor, the mayor of Tampa, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, so this is a shorter one. I don't know what that noise just was, but anyway. Oh, okay. I didn't even think about doing this. See, Tampa Bay has so many different bays, like McKay Bay. I didn't even know that was a bay of it. Okay. I'm like 41, but I'm okay. But I'm okay. So that's the river right there. That. So I'm like, boom. I'm over here. Like, I'm up and to the left, son. I'm up. And then over. All right, let's listen to this guy. But let's make the speed so that we can freaking understand what's going on. So stupid. I mean, I was just saying how it was weird to me that they didn't like say prepare or anything like that at all. But all right, ready? Let's go.
Up to Boulder as part of the Hillsborough River is closed for federal safety reasons. Barriers have been placed.
Briefly, federal safety reasons. Okay, so help me, please, somebody explain. WTF does state do if federal just comes in any darn way? Just saying, just curious.
Where 75 crosses the river.
Which 75 is a road. And Hillsborough is a river.
The southwest Florida Water Management
Watch this.
District
Watch this. Okay, watch this.
monitoring
there he goes.
levels that rose
Yeah.
because
I don't know if he got it or
of the
not, but
storm. And for the latest on recovery efforts, do this. Download that free 10 Tampa Bay
Nothing really good is free except for like STDs, colds, maybe heartbreak. I don't know.
app. Great resource.
Resource. Okay, so this is from 3 hours ago. They're still calling it Tropical Storm Debbie. Well, it doesn't get a name if it doesn't become a hurricane. From Myrtle Beach evacuation taking place. Oh my God, people, come on now. All right, let's see what they got to say. Oops, sorry.
The giant system. So let's go down to Myrtle Beach right now. WRO's Chelsea Donovan is there.
I put them at 70.75 speed because you can't understand these people anyway. Their words don't make sense, so I really need to hear it a little slower.
Checking on conditions for us. Chelsea, the wind is up,
Chelsea.
and I know that because we just watched you
Chelsea's looking like she's having a hell of a time there. Just saying.
chase your hat down the beach. We good?
We good? Not really, son.
Yeah, we're good right now. Of course, the minute we step out of the car, we're feeling those wind gusts.
They were booked. That's what it looked like. Tell me it didn't.
There, checking on conditions for us. Chelsea, the
Watch your
wind
mouth.
is up, and I know that
Okay,
because
good.
we just watched you chase your hat down the beach. We good?
Good job. Watch your mouth.
Yeah, we're good right now. Of course, the minute we step out of the
Car, watch.
we're
Look at her mouth. Looks like she's going to say fucked.
feeling those wind gusts. I just looked at my phone. We're getting some gusts of about 38 miles per hour. And suddenly,
You're a weather newscaster and you're looking at your phone for info? Okay.
the rain is starting to come down. There's virtually nobody on the beach, and that is because, as the mayor put
Wait, let me guess. Why might that be? Are you kidding me? Common sense.
it this morning, the beaches are closed. The surf is
And the reason that would be, guess why that would be?
just too rough. Of course, they're concerned about storm surge. We've got a double flag warning here in the city of Myrtle Beach. Just to orient you as to where we are, we're kind of on the northern strand. If you look up the beach, there's a couple folks taking pictures. A lot of people planned their vacation for this week before the kids go back to school. And obviously their vacation is looking a little bit different than what they planned. It's a far cry from what we showed you yesterday, where they were still getting in some sun and some fun. A lot different today. In the rain and virtually not a soul out here, and that's a good
a significant rain event for us. And the way that the storm is just stalling over us for a day.
So this mayor actually knows a little bit of something that it don't seem right to her. Similar to me.
Days. We are really concerned about the amount of water that we will have
Just real quick.
just yet. Take a listen.
And this is going to be a significant rain event for us. And the way that the storm is just
sitting there
stalling over us for days. We are really concerned about the amount of water that we will have, as well as how it will impact the North Carolina rivers and ultimately impact us here in the next coming week.
Yeah. Just like here, just like everywhere. I'm on the beach by myself. Nobody's out here at all. And the reason for that would be, let me tell you why. Because well, the beaches are closed, but there's some people right there. Okay, Chelsea.
Yeah,
Chelsea.
so as she said, could impact folks
Regurgitate.
here in Myrtle Beach. Maybe not today or tomorrow,
but soon.
As those flood waters come down, that torrential rain, it's going to cause quite an impact over the next few weeks. We want to mention right now that we know that Horry County has got their emergency operations center fully activated.
So why didn't Florida or anybody, just whatever, go ahead.
That means they've got resources and people ready to go to deploy wherever that might be.
Hasn't it already hit though? Yeah.
They've got 11 shelters that have just now opened here.
Why would they just now open if the storm has already been there? Like, it's already hit. So what are you talking about? It's why
in South Carolina, none in Horry County right now, and right now there are no evacuations. But again,
did any of that make any sense just right then? Whatever the hell the last resources baloney.
Maybe not today or tomorrow, but as those flood waters come down, that torrential rain, it's going to cause quite an impact over the next few weeks. We want to mention right now that we know that Horry County has got their emergency operations center fully activated.
But why?
That means they've got resources and people ready to go to deploy wherever that might be. They've got 11 shelters that have just now opened here in South Carolina, none in Horry County right now, and right now there are no evacuations. But again, you do not want to be out in this, walking the beach or on the roadways.
That's what I mean. It is very contradictive.
Best right now to stay put. We're live in Myrtle Beach. Chelsea Donovan, WRL News.
We could start to see some heavy downpours later today. The rain is starting.
He's all interested. Like, can I get an update? Or what is he looking at? Something. I think he kind of liked you, girl.
To fill in after drizzle this morning, meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRL Severe Weather Center, a much more active radar right now.
Yeah, really starting to see the coverage increase considerably. Some steady rain here in the eastern part of the state is now spreading in across our viewing area. Not a lot of lightning with this. There's some pockets where it's a little bit heavier. We'll move up here.
You best listen. This is the dual Doppler.
To parts of Franklinton, to Franklin County, past Lewisburg, over toward Creedmoor, Wake Forest, Rollsville. We're seeing all of this move from east to west. That's not the typical way we see rain moving.
Even she said it is not typical
across our area, but the center of the circulation of the storm is down to the south, and it rotates counterclockwise, and so that's why the rain is moving in this direction, and we'll continue to see
random, and when I say random, not really, I mean the opposite. What the F, because it doesn't normally do that, if I'm not mistaken.
It filling in. Look at Amy. They are moving along past Lumberton up I-95. We'll take a look. They just drove through this rain band. We're going to take a live picture there, and you can see that the rain has tapered off just a little bit as they're moving out of that rain band and up on north, up toward Fayetteville and Hope Mill, because that rain's really going to pick up in intensity. So. Dry air making its way in. Well, as it's sitting out here off the coast of South Carolina, it's beginning to collect a little bit more moisture, and it's going to start to interact with this trough of low pressure. That trough will act a little bit like a weak front. And you know what happens when we have a front? It creates a lift. When we create lift, that's when we create storms and rain, and that's just going to...
Like we don't already have a storm space. spinning right here.
Create a more intense situation for us. So this is 5 o'clock, and you can see that system dropping in. The two of these kind of colliding together to create something a little bit stronger. So this is 6 a.m. on Thursday, and you can see the center of circulation lifting northward. The center may not pass right over our viewing area. It may be a little bit farther to our west. One implication of that is this is the side of the center of circulation where we would more likely see tornadoes. So that may bump up our potential for
cone of uncertainty.
Tornadoes if the center passes to our west, closer to the mountains. For the rest of the day today.
When is the first time, and I will look this up right now, when's the last time we had a hurricane in the Rocky Mountains?
We're going to continue to see the rainfall gradually.
When is the last time that the Rocky Mountains have seen a tropical storm or hurricane? If ever. Yeah. Do mountains stop hurricanes? Oh, God. Okay, wait. Where do I go? Okay, so she's the fourth. After Alberto Barrel. Oh, that barrel. Yeah. Okay. Is it let me rephrase. Let me start over. Has a tropical storm ever made it to the Rocky Mountains before? See, won't help me. When was this updated, though? Not that long ago. Which one? Ooh, Maria. I didn't even know about that. Mitch. Dean. Trina. Rita. Labor Day 1935. Okay, wait. Oh, another question. Do hurricanes normally move clockwise? Yes or no? No, right? Hurricanes rotate in opposite directions depending on which hemisphere they're in. Psst, that's my point. So, okay. She acted like it was kind of crazy. The Coriolis effect is a result of Earth's rotation on the weather patterns and ocean currents. It's named after French. Okay. Published work. The effect causes the wind to veer to the right in the mid-latitude, similar to how a record spins on a turntable without the Earth's spin. By winds from the tropics to poles could reach speeds of 300 miles per hour. The direction of the wind at a given location depends on where the hurricane's eye. For example, Fran, above on the north edge of the orange area. Okay, I don't know what the flip that meant. Or see there, that's what. Okay, for example, for this instance, due to the Coriolis effect, wonder how long that's been around. Hurricanes in the northern hemisphere spin in a counterclockwise direction, while hurricanes in the southern hemisphere, known as cyclones. I was saying that at the beginning of the video. That now I just realized that the orientation is going to be messed up, but whatever. Known as cyclones, which that is the southern hemisphere, not even the other west side of the world, east side, whatever. East side, west side, what? Ocean circling currents, known as gyres, also spin in spiral patterns thanks to that Coriolis effect in 2023. When did that come up anyway? And what the hell is it? And can you read it to me? Thank you.
Coriolis effect. Published by National Geographic Education, National Geographic Society. The Coriolis effect, the deflection of an object moving on or near the surface caused by the planet's spin, is important to fields, such as meteorology and oceanography. Storm approaching Southeast Asia. Because of the Coriolis effect, hurricanes spin counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere, while these types of storms spin clockwise in the southern hemisphere. This northern hemisphere storm, approaching Southeast Asia, is spinning counterclockwise.
Ooh.
Earth is a spinning planet, and its rotation affects climate, weather, and the ocean through the Coriolis effect.
What and when did
Named after the French mathematician Gaspard Gustave de Coriolis, born in 1792. The Coriolis effect refers to the curved path that objects moving on Earth's surface appear to follow because of the spinning of the planet.
So that was
as Earth turns, points near the equator, countries like Ecuador and Kenya, are moving much faster than places near the planet's poles. This is because Earth is shaped like a marble.
What now?
Its circumference is larger near its middle, the equator, than near its top and bottom. All places on Earth experience a day that is about 24 hours long, but points near the equator have to travel longer distances in the same period of time, which means that those places move faster. Scientists say these points have more angular momentum. This is why rockets are usually launched from places.
That's why, like, the Emerald Triangle, the Golden Triangle, the Bermuda Triangle, that's probably the angular momentum.
Near the equator, like Cape Canaveral, Florida, United States.
Why now?
Such locations give rockets a large initial speed, which helps them get into orbit using the least possible amount of fuel.
Like they're going to get through there. They're going to melt. Come on. Can't get
the Coriolis effect influences wind patterns, which in turn dictate how ocean currents move. Imagine wind near the equator flowing to the north. That wind starts with a certain speed due to Earth's rotation. Near the equator, Earth rotates at a speed of roughly 1,600 kilometers per hour, 1,000 miles per hour, from west to east. As the wind travels north toward the North Pole, it moves over parts of Earth that are rotating progressively more slowly. Since the wind retains its angular momentum, it keeps moving from west to east.
A whole lot of words to just tell me what a freaking Coriolis effect is, just saying.
Overtaking the part of Earth turning more slowly below it.
You can talk, but
as a result, the wind appears to bend to the east, that is, to the right. This is the Coriolis effect in action.
So east means to the right, they say. East is up, from what I hear.
Wind flowing south from the equator would likewise bend to the east. This effect is responsible for many meteorological and oceanographic phenomena. For instance, due to the Coriolis effect, hurricanes in the northern hemisphere spin in a counterclockwise direction, while hurricanes in the southern hemisphere, known as cyclones, spin in a clockwise direction.
That's what a cyclone is.
Ocean circling currents known as gyres also spin in spiral patterns thanks to the Coriolis effect.
Oh, thanks to that.
There is an urban legend that water in toilets spins in opposite directions in the northern and southern hemispheres because of the Coriolis effect.
But that
isn't true. A toilet bowl is too small for the effect to be observed.
Bullshit.
Instead, other factors like the shape of the toilet bowl and the direction that the water enters are largely responsible for how the flushing water moves.
Oh my God, this is National Geographic, okay? Just saying. Coriolis, whatever it is, effect, you guys can take that with a, I don't know, do what with it. All right, so that's what's going on in my perspective of my part of the world.